It's Anfield, it's Liverpool. You know, there's going to be, you have 5 players missing. It looks as though everything is against you. They spent 450 million. As Pablo said, we need to look on the positive side. The players that come in have a chance to show what they can do. Whenever you play against an extraordinary opponent in a magnificent stadium with their unbelievable fans, a coach that took his team to the top level, they competed very well in Champions League. They also competed very well in the league and won it. We've got a tough opponent in front of us, and we will try to hurt them in the game tomorrow wherever we can. Five players out tomorrow, but there are 7 games in this league phase. You had wonderful results in this league stage last year. Does it console you a little bit, given it's the first game, that all of the important players you have missing are in the first game? When you have players missing, it's never nice, particularly when you have different situations. You know, yesterday we had a sprained ankle that Johnny suffered, the appendicitis of Baena, situations that are obviously, you know, show you that this is football, but it's part of the business. And I'll say it again. We are focused on the players who are going to play tomorrow, the ones who will have the opportunity to play and show what they can do, and they're going to play. We're just going to play. With all of the players that you have missing, with all the artillery that Liverpool have, and you're playing away against them, what motivation do you have tomorrow to play well? That it's 11v11 tomorrow. You can talk about the players missing after the game. You know, in the second half, perhaps there will be more variables in the second half, but when we start the game, it's 11v11. I wanted to ask you, in such an important game against such a huge opponent, if it goes well or goes badly, how will it affect the overall mentality of the team? I'm not thinking about it so much, to be honest with you. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. We're going to play well. If we can continue in the same vein of form that we've shown in the last game, where we were more decisive in our opponent's box, I'm looking at the objective of getting better and growing as a team. We play a fantastic opponent tomorrow in a stadium that I love. It will be a lovely game, I'm sure. What do you like most about Liverpool? The fact that they are direct, they have very quick transitions. They interpret the game in a very simple way to make sure they get many plays in the box. They use their wide players, and they have a wonderful centre-back who can knock the ball around. And to be honest, this simplicity of the game that maybe some people don't see, it shows you how hard they work, how good their footballers are, and obviously their manager did wonderful things last season, extraordinary things. I think we'll see a tough game, a difficult game, but I'm sure that we'll have the intention of bringing the game to where we want it to go. Last year, I listened to you say that the objective was to get to the final of the competition. Starting from scratch again, what's the opportunity, or what objective do you have in this competition? Liverpool are one of the big favourites, game by game. I want to ask you about Pablo Barrios. Perhaps, what does he bring to the game? How has his participation changed, getting him close to the box, for example? Can we see him more as a pivot with the injury of Johnny Cardoso? I've not decided yet. We don't know who will come in for Johnny, who cannot play, obviously. I will work that out in the coming hours. In terms of Pablo, Pablo is a fantastic player. He's very present. He has a great future. He's growing in that final third of the pitch, which is where we need him, in the danger zones in terms of attacking opponents. When we need him in the middle as well, we know that he has that characteristic that you need to play in the centre of the field. And last season, as you will remember, he played in that central zone almost all season. Last question. I wanted to go back to 2020, a player that played in the stadium, Marco Llorente. I wanted to ask you about your memories of that evening and what role do you think Marcos can have in the game tomorrow, whether it's in defence or playing a bit further up the field. Marcos, wherever we put him, will give the maximum he can because he's a player, as we always say, who has that potential to participate up front, out wide, as a central midfielder at the back, depending on what happens in the game. But the best anecdote I have here is Diego Costa here. I remember in the second half, Diego Costa was extremely angry. And when the game ended, I'd put Marcos Llorente up front. He came over to me and he said, "Yeah, you have the balls, eh?" And I said, "Yeah, maybe I do."